did he come from?
I don't know, he sort of popped up at the right moment. And then he spoke about time travel.
Ruby, you want to know my secret? I have the whole universe at my fingertips.
And I'm all on my own. I'd love it if you came with me.
Who are you?
I'm the Doctor.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and time for another round of Luke's TV reviews. I haven't done one of these in a little while, but this one is going to be a little bit different because this isn't just a normal TV review. This is a wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey review of the newest season of Doctor Who. Just as a frame of reference, by the way, this review is going to take into account the 8-episode run that this season has just concluded with, not the anniversary specials that happened last year with David Tennant. I'm just going to be focusing on the Ncuti Gatwa new episodes. Also, I'm going to be talking about like the entire season in full detail, so I'll let River Song handle this one.
Spoilers!
The Doctor is back, and with another new face to embark on new adventures. Ncuti Gatwa assumes control of the TARDIS alongside his latest companion, Ruby Sunday, played by Millie Gibson. Together, they'll venture to the far reaches of space, explore Victorian England, and maybe even bump into a beetle or two. But the Doctor is puzzled by Ruby and her mysterious heritage, something that will lead them to a darker threat. Picture this if you can. The year is 2005. I am 7 years old, and it is Saturday evening. My dad has sat me down in front of the TV. He is brimming with excitement because his favourite show, when he was a kid, is just about to launch a new TV series, and he wants me to try it out for the first time. And I'm met with a bombastic opening theme as I meet the Doctor, the TARDIS, Rose Tyler, Autons, and from that moment on, my investment in this franchise kept expanding. I became a Whovian. I kid you not, each and every episode, no matter the time it was on, I was there, on my arse, in front of the TV, ready to go on whatever adventures lie in store. For that Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant era, I was such a huge fan. Gradually, the show made changes. New showrunners, new head writers, new doctors. At that point, my love for Doctor Who felt as if it was maturing. I wasn't anywhere near as invested as I once was. If the new episode had come out, either I watched it or I looked at it and thought, I'll get round to it at some point, and then never did. By the time Jodie Whittaker came along, I felt like I'd outgrown Doctor Who. And judging from the general reception, I think a lot of the audience did too. Cue a dramatic return from one Russell T Davies, who was the head writer for the Eccleston and Tennant era. He is back in his previous position, concocting new adventures for our famed time traveller. Yes, he appeased fans last year with his anniversary specials, getting them back to the series, luring them in with David Tennant. They were great episodes. They were lots of fun. But now we're starting afresh. Brand new series, brand new budget, brand new home. Depending on if you're watching this internationally, it's on Disney Plus instead of through BBC. But most importantly of all, a brand new Doctor. And for the first time in what feels like an eternity, boy does it feel good to be a Doctor Who fan. This series was a triumphant return to form, taking the show back to its roots, equally balancing out the campness and intensity. Ncuti Gatwa is a magnificent Doctor, completely taking a fresh approach without resembling a single Doctor before. Gatwa has made the role his own, while still distinctly feeling like the Doctor. What I love about Gatwa is that he can be all goofy and silly in one moment and then in an instant snap into one of the most feared beings in the galaxy. His Doctor is brash, suave, but also incredibly pained. He is a man who carries the weight of the entire universe on his shoulders. And what Davies cleverly does is pick those moments out where we see the toll that it exacts upon the Doctor. I really, really hope that Gatwa is willing to stick around for a little while longer because he is out of this world. Joining the Doctor by his side is Ruby Sunday, played by relative newcomer Millie Gibson. After having a rocky start in the Christmas episode, Gibson shook off those first episode nerves and over the course of the season proved to be an invaluable companion. The most important role of any companion is to ensure that you have chemistry with your Doctor, and Ruby has exactly that. She's plucky, adventurous, good-natured, she doesn't ask the Doctor stupid questions, and also doesn't need saving all the time. But most interestingly of all, Davies has emblazoned this central mystery around Ruby's identity. Who is she? How did she come to be? Ruby's identity served as the main underlying plot thread, and what was most fascinating about it all is that it had everyone stumped. The Doctor, Sutek, Unit, even Davina McCall. But come the finale, we got our answer. It was a letdown. It didn't stick the landing. I don't know whether it was that there was too much hype being put onto it, or the fact that Davies and his crew just simply didn't have a good enough answer. I understand the intention of making Ruby's heritage not some cosmic revelation and keeping it as a straightforward human situation of a girl who was just too young to have a child, so gave Ruby up. But there are simply far too many conveniences that spoiled this moment. Why is Ruby's mum wearing a cape and hood? Why does she dramatically point as a sign? And who is there to determine that this is what she meant by saying, I'm going to name you Ruby after this signpost? And the fact that no one across the galaxy, no superior, intelligent life form could uncover Ruby's mother's identity, I don't see how. I don't know. It was a massive letdown, but it wasn't large enough to spoil my enjoyment of the rest of the season. The selection of episodes we got were a diverse mix of the different styles of Doctor Who that you can get. Space Babies was as cheesy and silly as the name implies. Boom was a tense, bottle-esque episode. Rogue was a camp piss take on Bridgerton. But 73 Yards might just be the episode of the season for me. An ingeniously written script about an elusive figure that turns Ruby's world upside down. Now, normally I'm not terribly fond of episodes with the Doctor missing, but thanks to incredible work from Millie Gibson and the writing team, this episode was a brilliant blend of psychological horror and inescapable dread. Doctor Who has also had a pretty major upgrade in regards to its visual effects. Now that they've got Disney money behind it, this looks the part. And the creative team can have a lot more fun playing in this sandbox. Travelling through the time vortex looked amazing. Effects that in previous seasons could have looked cheap now actually have the intended impact. Sutek on top of the TARDIS looked like a legitimate threat, rather than probably drawing chuckles as something like that might have done in the past. This felt like a return to form for Doctor Who, simultaneously taking itself seriously, but also knowing when to poke fun at itself. Russell T Davies back at the helm just feels right, and serves as a reminder as to how and why I was fascinated by this show in the first place. Ncuti Gatwa comes flying out of the gates as an iconic and sure-to-be-loved Doctor, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed this won't be the last we see of Ruby Sunday either. It isn't always smooth sailing, and there are certainly some episodes that stand out more than others, but the biggest positive I can give is that I was avidly making time to ensure that my girlfriend and I could sit down to watch the newest episodes week in, week out. And I haven't done that with Doctor Who in a long, long time. I'm going to give this newest season of Doctor Who an 8.5 out of 10. Anyway, guys, those were my thoughts on this newest season of Doctor Who. Let me know, have you had a chance to watch the show yet? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And my question to you, I think it's the first time I've really spoken about Doctor Who on this channel, so I'm going to keep it very straightforward. Who is your favourite Doctor? I might have hinted towards it in this review, but it's got to be David Tennant. I bawled my freaking eyes out when he left.
I don't want to go.
I don't want you to go either. But that is all the time we have for today. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button. And if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.